And good morning to everyone out there. How is everybody doing? Let's see if we are live. Waiting for the other screen to catch up. Catch up, catch up, catch up. There we go. It's turning. All right. All right. We're live. How's everybody doing out there? How is everybody doing? May I have your attention, please? May I have your attention, please? Will the real Slim Shady please stand up? I repeat, will the real Slim Shady please stand up? We're going to have a problem here. All right, that's all I got to say. How are you doing, Samuel? Thank you, sir. Thank you for joining. Yes, a few laughs along the way. You got to have a few laughs along the way, right? How boring of a life would it be if you didn't laugh, right? Be careful when you're in a hospital. That material removed from the roof could contain asbestos. Yeah, who knows? Do they check for all that? Is there? I'd have to talk to the contractor to find out. You know what? I was on the asbestos team working for the state of Pennsylvania, and there's a lot. There's a lot you got to do to remove it, to abate it, get rid of it. It's Philippines. That's all I got to say, right? It's the Philippines. Good day, morning, Brian. How are you? I am doing good. Stay frosty. CD, how are you doing, CD Morris? Dreams and goals. Got to have dreams and goals, right? That's what life's about. You know, people want to retire here. They want to vacation here. They want to come here. I've got subscribers that have been subscribers for years and years, and they have yet to come here. Follow that dream, follow that goal. Now, I understand some people can't, there's guys out there who love to come here. Maybe they're paying child support or something, and that money goes to, to the support of their child. And, I've been there, I've done it. You work and work and work, and a lot of your pay will go towards paying the child support. And, you're living, but you're getting by, but it's hard. And I remember when that last check that went out. What wasn't a check? It was a withdrawal from my pay. And when that went, and I was like, wow, now I guess I can kind of start living, right? But it's your responsibility, as a father, and things don't work out, whether you come to an agreement and whatever, but it's your responsibility to pay that. There's guys that ran over here trying to avoid paying child support. Yeah, really, there is. And what they'll do is Kevin Eggy. Shout out to Hannah. Kevin's one still waiting. We're still waiting for Kevin E.G. to get here. Ran over here and thought they're going to avoid child support. And guess what? It didn't happen. They'll find you. Even if they don't find you, you're in the system. You go to renew that a passport, and there could be a halt on that. It's the way it works here. And they talk about child support here in the Philippines. Well, that's kind of like a joke, right? That's a joke. Best cheesesteak in Angeles City. Good question. Probably the one I make. That's the one. The one I make is the best. You can find them here. There's halfway decent ones, and there's not so decent ones. I remember the first time I got here, and there's at Phillies. There's called Phillies Sports Club, and sits right there on as you enter onto the walking street. And I seen it and had the outline of Philadelphia. I walked in, had like a Liberty Bell. It had stuff from Philadelphia in there. And I'm like, all right, here we go. This will be all right. And I ordered the cheesesteak, of course. Thinking, oh, they're going to have the cheesesteak. No way. I was like, what is this? Evidently, the original owner of Phillies was from Philadelphia. And I think he's passed on. And of course, it just kept the name and, you know, new owners or partners or whatever was involved. Um, but yeah, the best cheesesteak is the one I make. Ah, closest mountain to Angeles City to go find cool weather. Ah, I would say Baguio. You know, Baguio, you're going to get up there. It's going to be cooler. Uh, Baguio. And I have yet to be there. I've yet to go there. It's a couple hours drive, and I have yet to go there. We had planned to go there. Says there's 70 people in the house. Thanks for stopping in. We had planned to go there, and the days we planned to go there as it got closer and closer, some typhoon was rolling in and was going to come across that part up there. And I'm like, no way am I going to go up there and get stuck up there in the mountains. And there could be landslides and things. So we canceled it. But I have yet to go up there. It's crazy. Don Pabre, Adrian, Don Pabre. How's Don Pabre doing? Are you down on the street? Are you joining us live from Walking Street? Shout out to Daryl Charity. Shout out to Kevin Agee. Guys, remember when you come, stop and see Adrian. Stop and see him. Buy something. Buy something. He'll give you a good deal. But stop and see him. Tell him hello. And he remembers. Guys, I'm telling you right now, if you say in one of our, in mine or even Chubbs's like comment section, yep, when I get to Angeles, I'm going to see Adrian. I'm going to buy a t-shirt. He will remember your name. He'll remember your name and he'll be waiting for you. Yes, he's a salesman. Imagine a new dating site, maybe by expats, that is legit and respectable. Oh, that is great. I don't know. I see. I don't like these dating apps and dating sites and all that. I don't go on them. I'm happily married. And I find it funny because you got vloggers out there that have girlfriends and this, and they're telling you about all these dating sites. Well, why are you on these dating sites? Why are you trolling around these dating sites? You know what I'm saying? What is your take? Should the correction officer of 18 years been officer of 18 years? What is your take? Should the correction officer of 18 years been fired? He was working the tower. I don't know what you're talking about. W, explain a little bit more. Um, if you're talking about that last escape, what out of Chester? Is that what you're talking about? Explain a little more. Where is this store? J. Depp, what store? Adrian's store? Well, it's not necessarily a little store. He's a vendor. If you're talking about Adrian, Adrian's a vendor. He sets up right there at Dollhouse. As you walk on the walking street, he's there in the mornings up till, I don't know, maybe 1 o'clock or so. He just sets up. Every day sets it up, packs everything up at the end of the day, and away he goes. He's just a little vendor that sets up right there. And it's nice if you come up there, sometimes I'm there, sometimes Chad's there. A lot of people will stop, say hello, hang out. It's got an awning from the Dollhouse. They'd stop at Dollhouse at night also. But you can hang out there, talk, whatever. If it rains, go underneath the awning, But yes, that's it's not necessarily a store. Is there a walking street area in Manila, or you got to go to Angeles? I think what is that? P. Burgos Street, I think. I don't know. I haven't been there in years. I don't know what's going on now with, since after the lockdown. I haven't been there in years, but yes, P. Burgos Street is down in that area, or is kind of like your walking street area. Then you got Sabang, Porta Galera. It's another one. So talking about the Chester, PA. Did you work? I didn't work in that facility. Should the officer have been fired? I don't know if he was fired. Here's what happens. Upper management is always, always, always going to place the blame on somebody else. That's the way it works. They're not going to take that responsibility. Well, it was the person that was in charge. Well, then you could go to, I know when we had yard, because he escaped out of the yard, the recreation yard, and he did like a Spider-Man thing, put his hands on the wall and his feet on the wall and shimmied up there. We always had officers walking around in the yard. So do you go to, well, officer in the yard should be fired. We had cameras. There's cameras. I don't know about the cameras. Well, obviously they had cameras, right? Because they showed him scaling up the wall. We have officers that would sit in front of the cameras and monitor cameras. You blame the officer on the monitor. There's many people they're going to blame. That's the way it works. Management's not going to take responsibility. If he got fired, I don't know. 18 years there. If they have a union, they'll fight for him. Did they automatically fire him or they suspend him? I don't know the whole dynamics of the whole thing. I see it, I watch the news here at 6 o'clock at night, which is 6 a.m. in the morning. So I don't know. I haven't heard that. Yeah, prison in PA. He's talking about the escaped convict killer who's escaped from the prison in PA. One of the guards were fired. All right. Yeah, we'll see. If they have a good union, they'll fight to get his job back. We'll see. We'll see what happens. Philip. Hello, Philip. How is Philip doing? When you first went scuba diving, I wonder if the expat who basically told you to get lost still has his bar restaurant. When you first went scuba diving, I wonder if the expat who basically told you to get lost still has his bar and restaurant. I'm not sure who you're talking about. You're talking about in Porta Galera, Sabang? You're talking about, because we got certified down in Barrio Barreto there. I don't know where you're talking about. Couldn't tell you. It's a bar and restaurant. First time I went scuba diving was Greece. Wow. Cool. That'd be cool. Never been to Greece. Lawson's Adventure Vlog, Shane and Bernadette Lawson. How are you guys doing? Welcome to the live stream. It was the narrow street place. I'm not sure what you're talking about. If you're talking about Sabang, that's where the narrow street was. Oh, I know where you're talking about. Yeah, I know where you're talking about now. Now I remember. He was kind of like on a little corner there. Trying to think the last time we went down, was it still there? The bar restaurant was still there. Whether it's the same owner or not, I don't know, but it was still there. Some people just, I don't know. I mean, whatever. Teach their own, right? Teach their own. Any ideas what the one bedroom's going for at the Candy Tower? That I couldn't tell you, Ben. Couldn't tell you. Maybe as they continue on building, I can get more information. And here's the weird thing, guys. Believe it or not, people are already buying into it. The structure's going up. You see it. People are they're buying into it. Um, Investments. You get a lot of people that will buy into these condos as investments and then turn around and rent them out. A lot of condos, a lot of owners do that. Then you have some that will, buy in and stay there. But yeah, they're being sold as it's being built. But as time goes on, I could probably get more information. Maybe owner of the bar at the red light alley is in Sabang. Yeah. Can you check out the Woodland Park Resort? It may make a good vlog for you. I'll have to check it out. Woodland Park. I'm always looking for something different, something to do. That's why, I go out to the hospital, um, film that, vlog that, give you updates. I got another one coming out after. If you haven't checked out the latest one about the hospital, check it out. I know it's hard for people to kind of comprehend what it looked like before, unless you've watched my videos. Now, what I've done is you click onto a channel, like my channel or any other channel, you can click over to what's called a playlist. All right. You click on that playlist and it'll bring up the diving trips, make that one category, walking street, one category, vacations, one category. I categorized it now to where it has, what does it have? Like Clark, basically Clark, Angeles City, hospital, everything to do with Clark. Any videos I did on Clark, I've made it now its own playlist. So you can go in there and you click on that, and you can go and find some of the hospitals, some of the videos I did in the hospital years ago, just to see how it looked back then, what it looked like before. I finally put up the playlist for people to go and check it out. So I need to do that with a lot of them. But yeah, my next flight month is. Wait, hang on. You wonder, are you talking about candies? You'd have to contact them. You'd have to contact them, find out. Hang on. Why am I? There we go. They have a website. Once again, cash is always king. A lot of times, what guys will do is they'll hook up with the owner of the condo. You can rent, I think you can rent monthly through Candy. If Doc was here, he would tell us. I think you can rent monthly through Candy, but you can also rent through owners, condo owners. You can rent through them also. Uh, Here's what I was told, though. I was just told this. Sometimes the internet connections are terrible. They're just terrible in there. Now, if you have your own condo, you can set up your own internet connection and doing all right. But I was told sometimes the internet connection is not the greatest. Like I said, if Doc was here, he would tell you. I like your videos of Clark Museum. Wish they'd put a VA clinic in some part of it. Yeah, I don't. People also said, why is the government spending all this money for a museum? The government, um, I guarantee you, people are donating to it. Why can't they make it a hospital for say the poor? Uh, it's on Clark. Uh, there are a lot of government funded hospitals here in Angeles City. It's on Clark. To get on the Clark, you can't hop in a trike and take a trike. If you're on a motorcycle, you got to be fully geared up. They have jeepneys that do run onto there, but they run to certain points. Um, I don't know. I mean, like I said, they do have other hospitals for the public. Plus, it's far. From Angley City. Angley City's big. You're looking at, I don't know, how long does it take me from when I leave my house and get there? 20 minutes to 25 minutes. But yeah, that's the city's, or not the city, the government's building that hospital. So, where are we at? J. J. Depp. Jep is a YouTube member. Thank you, sir. J. Depp. I have a few. I have to give shout outs to them all. I'll be doing that coming up soon. But as a member, guys, remember, if you want to join the Philly Fanatics membership, you guys will get exclusive video. You'll get the videos before everybody else sees them as they come up. And what I'm going to start doing is when I get these not suitable for advertisers, and then I got to put in a request for it, I'm going to give the members, you guys are going to see them first till and if they come up, and they give me the okay. If not, you guys are going to see them. But it's up to you. It's up to you. I don't twist anybody's arm to become a member. It's just another way to support the channel. And I do greatly appreciate everybody, whether you're a member or not. I do greatly appreciate you. You can also find Candy on Airbnb. Yes, you can. Yes, you can. Here we go. JLB is Barry's stepbrother. Oh, Phil. Military dog. Flying in soon. What's the best bar to visit and ring the bell? Whichever bar you enjoy, right? Whichever bar you walk in and you say, hey, I like this bar, I'm going to ring the bell. That's up to you. That's completely up to you. I don't even know what costs to ring the bell anymore. Ring the bell. What's you buy the basket full of ping pong balls and you throw the ping pong balls, and I don't even know what they even cost. I'm sure ring the bell prices have gone up for sure. Good morning, Ray. How is Ray? Ray is also a member. Guys, Ray here. Maps. I don't know. Here it is. Here it is, guys. Right here. Boom. Maps. Angular City. Pocket map. He's printed these out. All right. And it's a pocket map of Angular City. It gives you the hotel, dining, entertainment. He's printed them out, and they're going to be distributed here in Angley City. I don't know. I know Ray had told me. I can't remember, but for a small price, they're a nice little pocket map. Like I said, gives you all the information. Walking Street, Fields Avenue, and Don Wicko Ave, Perimeter Road, Angeles Jeepney route map, hotels, dining, and entertainment. He got them here at $150, right? But they're going to be all over Angular City. Matter of fact, Adrian is going to have them down where he's at for sale. But yeah, if you're interested, hey, grab them. They're a great little thing to have. Where are we at? Daryl Charity, my friend. How are you, Daryl? Daryl is also a member of the Philly Fanatics. How Lut and the girls and the boys, everybody's doing well. Hannah's up already this morning. She goes to her school, her church. Bing's sleeping. Lut's on the couch reading. I don't know what she's doing on the cell phone. The dogs are sleeping. I don't know what they're all doing. Yeah. There you go. Basket of ping pong balls around 300 pesos. 300. If you don't know what the ping pong balls are, ring the bell. Ping pong balls, you throw them up on the stage. The girls run around. They grab the ping pongs. What do they get? Like so many pesos for each ball on the ping pong? I don't even know how that works anymore. Couldn't tell you. I don't know if the girls get so much for each ping pong ball they pick up. Yeah, a few pesos. And then like ring the bell. What do they get? Drinks. Drinks. Like I said, I don't I see it there. I've seen it many a times, but I uh I don't participate in that. Oh damn, I was muted. No sound, sorry. So I just ran through all that. Let me go back again. Let me go back. Hit the mute button when I want to talk. Uh, Matthew says hopes to meet up with us. Yes, you know where I eat. Go out and see Adrian in the morning. I'm usually around there in the morning. Chubbs will usually be around there in the morning. So yeah, I always like to meet subscribers. Always. I'm muted. Yes, I know I was. I hit the like. I see my mouth move. Now I'm muted. If I got a cough or take a drink, I don't want to be coughing in everybody's ear, right? You sound great now. All right. I thought you had gone deaf. Errol says the construction of the old Clark Air Base is moving right along nicely. Thank you, Brian, for the update. You are welcome, Daryl. It's always something. Every time I go in there, it's always something new. I just can't believe that downstairs. You know, it just blows my mind because majority of them walls were standing and always were standing compared to the second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth floor. And man, they're just wow. It just blows my mind to see that completely down. Like I said, check out the older videos. I've done quite a few videos inside the old hospital, and it goes back. I was looking at the one video. Geez, we were back in our very first apartment when I was up there. So, where are we at? Can I hear you? Can I hear you? Yes, you can hear me. What happened to Chris and Cebu? I don't know. I don't know. I haven't. He was one of the guys that were out there first too, doing videos. You know, walking around, and he goes back quite a few years. I mean, I can remember him. He had, I remember when I started and I was watching him, and um, yeah, and then he started walking around and doing videos, and he kind of gave me the idea because he'd walk around Cebu and stuff and just walk and talk, and I'm like, you know what, great concept, great idea. Then I started doing that too, and I don't know, I don't know, I have to shoot him an email here. I hope he is doing okay. Um, no clue what happened to him. Spooky. Is the whole nonsense about renaming Walking Street to Red Street tied to U.S. aid money coming into redeveloping the area? Who knows? Who knows? I don't know. You know, they came out with it, said, "Yep, we're going to have this Red Street, going to be family friendly. We're going to have entertainment on the street, like a, you know, like like New York style entertainers and, family friendly. Who knows what happened? Who knows? I don't know. What happens, it happens. I did see they are running new CCTV cameras up on Walking Street. I got to go through and look. Somebody mentioned it to me. And then yesterday I was standing up there and I seen guys with line, they had cords and lines and they were up on the poles and everything. And I asked them, what's this? And they said, it's new CCTV cameras. They're putting more CCTV cameras down Walking Street. What's it for? What's it for? I don't know. People's safety. There's a lot of, there's a lot of fighting that goes on, and I'm talking fist fighting, expats getting drunk and fighting in the streets. And there's a lot of shit that goes on that, that I'm not there for. I don't see it, but people tell me. Yeah, but yeah, they're putting them up. They're putting them up. You can run, but you can't hide. I wish I went in there to ask, and they I think I mentioned this the last time. I had gone in there to ask about Red Street to get an update or find out what was going on. I even want to talk to the mayor, but that wasn't happening. And they sent me over to the tourism department, and they said, "Well, the lady's not here. The person's not here. You come back at 1:00. All right, leave us your email and this." And I leave it. And within a half hour, 45 minutes of getting home, the email comes to me, "Sir, just could you please type in, your request of what you want to, what you're interested in?" And that's a blow off. That's a blow off. That's, we're being polite, but guess what? We're not going to talk to you. We're not going to say anything to you. It's called the blow off. I've had that done here many, many times. So yeah, I never got in to ask them. I've had that, like I said, I call it the blow off. I've gone into places and, hey, I'm here. I'd like to, promote your business and have a YouTube channel. I think it'd be great. Okay, sir. Leave your name here. We're going to forward it to management, and management will get back to you. And it's the blow off. It's never going to happen. And I've gotten to the point where I'm just, when they tell me that, I just like, all right, well, no problem. Thank you. I guess you don't like free promotion or, but it's called the blow off. It's happened many a times. Have I ever been to Poppy's? No, not yet. Not yet. I need to get there. All right, let us throw out the link. If anybody wants to jump up here, say hello. Let me throw the link out there. Anybody wants to share their thoughts, how they, if they plan to come to the Philippines or, what their dreams are. Less said about Red Street, the better. Hopefully the idea is shoveled indefinitely. Yeah, Ray, we know this is never going anywhere. It's been here and been here and been here and been here. It's not going anywhere. I always said, if they want to, they should have just followed through and just painted the street red. That way everybody wouldn't, everybody could save face. Well, we just said it was going to be Red Street. We just painted it. Have you ever been have you seen any Navy personnel in AC from Navy installations? No. I don't ever. I've never seen military guys here dressed in their uniforms walking around. You know what I mean? I never seen guys in their Navy uniform, Army uniform, Navy uniform, or I said Navy, Air Force uniform. I've never seen any of those guys like walking around here in uniform. Never seen them. Are they here? They could be. They could be under, regular clothes. I know I ran into a bunch of Army guys a few years ago in the clubs, and you could just tell they were Army, nice group of guys, young guys, And the thing was, I'm like, you know what? You guys are going to remember coming here for the rest of your life. Yeah, yeah, you're probably right. I said, no, I know I'm right because the guys that came here when they were your age are now coming here and they're retired. So yes, but as far as seeing guys walking around in full uniforms, dress uniforms, never seen it. Never seen it. All right, James, let's bring James up. How you doing,
Hey,
James?
Brian.
Oh,
This is
wow.
this is the old guy
Yes,
who
that's all
spent time in the late '60s and mid '70s there at Clark. A couple of things: be very cautious when you're going to the hospital because that material they're scraping off the roof, I guess it was that you had in your
right.
last video, could
Right.
contain asbestos. And I
That's
hate
the
to see
thing,
you.
James. That's the thing,
I hate.
James. The key
I
word
hate
is
to.
could.
I hate.
Could. We
Yeah,
don't know.
yeah, I hate to see you get sick and
Well,
perhaps get cancer. And number two, you were talking about going north and there was a typhoon. Well, I think it was 77 or maybe even early 78. There was a typhoon that came across like through Baguio, had 24 inches of rain in 24 hours. Well,
right.
all that rain came down the mountain and it flooded. I was living up on a higher part of Clark Air Base, and all you could see out there was water. It was like a big, big lake. And we spent, I don't know how many days in helicopters tossing out Nutribuns to people because they couldn't get any food and they were hungry. So it was probably the best that you didn't go up there, up to the Baguio during the hurricane.
Well, now, what
That's
year
about
was
all.
that? What year was that?
I think it was 77 or early 78. But
Okay. All right.
it was really bad, really bad. And like I said, we spent weeks out there in helicopters tossing out Nutribuns to the locals who couldn't get anywhere because of the flooding.
Right.
And so, anyway, that's about it. Now, that's about all I have to say this day. But just be careful with that asbestos. If it does contain asbestos, that material coming off the roof.
Right. Well, we don't know that. We don't know what it is, or it. Once again, it a Philippines construction site is completely different from an American construction site.
Well,
That's all I
I
got to
I
say.
know that. I
Yeah.
realize that, but I don't know when that material was placed up there on the roof.
Well,
But
60s. It was the hospital was, I think, started in 60 or 61 and finished in
yeah,
64. So I don't know.
well, I think back then, there was you could use asbestos, but I'm just considerate, or I really concerned about your health when you go over there.
Well, I was on the asbestos team in the state of Pennsylvania, and I had to go to schooling for it. And I'm not going to tell you what I was told by the instructor. But if you're breathing it in, day out, week in, week out, month in, month out, year in, your risk is pretty high. But if you are around it for a short amount of time, your risk is pretty low.
Well, just be careful.
Oh yeah,
That's all I have to say.
I'm more scared of walking around and there's a cobra there and biting me in the leg or something. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, yeah. There's cobras. In fact, the high school they found, back when they found a cobra sitting behind a water fountain. So I
Oh
hate
yeah,
snakes. I ran into
and then
snakes before. Back when we used to go out hunting when they had martial law, A
Right.
lot of the people who had guns actually buried them. But a friend of mine was pretty well in with a lot of people, and we went duck hunting. We went down the river that flows through what's the town below Angeles? Uh,
Now,
San
ooh,
Fernando. San
San
Fernando.
Fernando. Right, right.
Yeah, and we ran into cobras out there duck hunting. So scary.
Yeah,
I had
yeah,
one go by me. I didn't want to shoot it because I was afraid I might piss it off.
yeah.
Make it mad. But
And
anyway,
somebody left some comment on the video, and they were saying, well, what about the wildlife that was in there and stuff? That wildlife that was in there, your snakes, your cobras, your bats, and all that, they'll relocate somewhere else. That's area up there is huge. Around the hospital there, you got all them fields, you got that back area. They'll just relocate to other areas in that area. It's a big area.
oh, I know. Clark is a big base.
Sure it is.
I used to ride my bicycle uh, from my house out to I think it was Friendship Gate or Clark View or whatever it was. And I'd
Right,
go bar hopping on my bicycle, and nobody knew where I was because I could just take my bicycle into the bar.
right. Yeah.
So
I like hearing guys talk about the old days back in there. How
yeah,
it was and the things they did and what they got away with. And I always like hearing the older people tell their stories.
yeah. Well, everything I tell is generally true, so I'm
Yeah,
not going to BS anybody.
right.
But I hope you have a wonderful live video here, and you get more people on.
Well, I'm going to throw out the link one more time. There it is. Anybody have
Yeah,
anything to talk about? Hop on. Oh no,
I like. Well, I like.
everybody's.
Yeah,
Go
I
ahead.
like
Go ahead.
both. I like both you and Chubbs. You're my two favorites.
Oh,
And
thank you.
Adrian seems to be a great fella.
Right.
So
Yeah, great guy. All
yeah.
right.
Okay. Have a good one.
Thanks, James. Thanks for stopping in.
Okay. Bye bye.
All right, you guys ready? We are going to bring up everybody's favorite guy, CD Morrissey.
I don't know about that. I think I have a few haters for the Navy hat guy.
Eh,
You know what they say? You're nobody till somebody hates you.
Very true. You're doing something right. All right.
Yeah, yeah. It takes a little work, but you get good at it. So
Yeah.
we're talking about dreams and goals, huh?
Sure. What are your dreams? You obviously plan to get over here.
Yes, I do. But I don't really have any dreams. I have plans. So my plan I've been working on for several years. It culminates in April of next year when I'll be relocating to Davao City.
That Val City.
Yeah, I think that's the best place for me.
See, now here's my question. Davao City is Mindanao area, right? I know that one time, the United States said, basically, if you go down there, like you're on your own. If something happens to you, don't expect the United States government to rush in there, get you out of there. I thought I heard or read that somewhere, but you just got to use your brain for real. You don't want to go way down in the southern part of Mindanao. Here I am. I'm going to vlog you guys. I don't know, but that's what I was told. You ever hear of anything like that?
Yeah, there's warnings on the government websites now, but what they don't really specify is they really reference the southwestern part of the island where it has the mercenary counter government groups. Davao City is the safest city in the Philippines. They got
Yep.
more police per capita than any other city. They actually enforce the traffic laws. They don't have any real measurable crime compared to Manila and other places. So yeah, that's just BS. Yeah, they had a terrorist bombing, blew up the night market there several years ago. But,
Right.
but besides that,
Right,
little
right.
minor incident. But,
What?
yeah.
Now, what about? Have you traveled like outside Davao City and traveled around, say as a tourist or anything like that? You ever
Me?
feel unsafe? Yeah. You ever
Well, I've
feel
never been
like going
there.
out of Davao City?
I've never been there. I've only been to Manila, Clark, Baguio.
Oh, you've never been there. Okay.
No, but I've done a lot of research, and I don't see any problem with it. There's a lot of, not a lot, but comparatively, there's a good amount of expats there, and they all have good things to say about it. And so I feel pretty confident. And if I don't like it, I can always leave. So, if it
True.
stinks, I'll
True.
get on a ferry and go somewhere else. I don't know. But no, it'll be fine. So
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah.
So
There's a lot of. I wouldn't say a lot. I don't know, but I do know there are expats living down there, and they say they like it. So.
yeah, not as many as like in Dumaguete or Cebu or those other, Manila. You couldn't pay me to live in any of those places, though. Honestly. And Davao has actually a better. I've done a lot of research on the history. They actually have overall a better, more dependable electric grid and Wi-Fi.
Okay.
Compared to Dumaguete that goes out every hour on the hour. So,
Right.
In addition to, it's actually a cleanest city. Streets are wider. It's got a lot going for it. So. It'll be fine. It's not a big party city, like you don't have the kind of nightlife you'd find overall, like you would in other cities. In addition to, it's actually the cleanest city.
Look at Jen. You got a feedback. And nowadays with Starlink, you can live anywhere in the Philippines with Starlink and be connected to the world. And that's what I always said, and I'll say it again. Give me decent internet. Give me air conditioning, and I'm good to go. I don't need Jollibee. I don't need McDonald's. I don't need all that. You don't need that to live. To live.
I haven't eaten a food restaurant.
It's just a luxury.
I don't even eat. I don't even eat that much, actually. So food isn't really even a big deal for me at all. I don't drink. I don't eat. So
I'm the exact opposite. I need McDonald's down there. I can't survive.
Yeah. Yeah, some people
I'm a
they
picky
require
eater.
it.
Yep,
Right.
picky eater. I wanted to chime in because I have extensive experience in Mindanao. When I first started going to the Philippines in my research, I wanted to pick one of the most dangerous places. It interested me. And when the first time I came home, they stopped me at the border of going into USA. They said, "What the heck are you doing down there?" They ripped my whole backpack apart. They looked through every piece of paper, and I explained them my story, and they let me go. But it's because of that area specifically. The whole eastern part down to the furthest south I traveled was Lake Cebu or Sida. That's all safe because it has checkpoints. It's just as dangerous as any part of the Philippines, in my opinion. I felt safer because of the checkpoints. The NPA is definitely big down there. If anybody doesn't know what the NPA is, the National People's Army. But yeah, I'm very excited for Navy guy over there getting into Davao. It's very clean. You're not allowed to smoke cigarettes in public. Like Brian said, or I forget who, they enforce the laws for the driving. It's definitely modernized and cleaner than other places. It's not spotless. This definitely has its problems. But what interested me the most is Samal Island off the coast. Since 1970, there's been over 70,000 people dead or missing just in that island.
From what?
From terrorists, from kidnappings.
Well, I guess I won't be visiting that place.
Oh, you're gonna love it. You're gonna want to. Everybody's gonna say go to Samal. It's not like how it was 10, 15, 35 years ago. It's cleaned up. Like Brian was saying, it's the safest place. The church, they cleaned it up. I had a very good experience down there.
No,
So what
it's-
happened was the Muslims fought for their autonomous region, and people in the comments can correct me if I'm wrong here, but basically all that stuff calmed down over the years because the Muslims were granted an autonomous region with their own rights for their own civilization down there. So that's why you don't hear a lot. And I have a cousin that's in the military, and the whole stuff that happened in Marawi, the U.S. was involved heavily with that.
Yeah.
I don't know if you know anything about
Yes,
that,
they
but
were.
yeah, secretly, under the radar, U.S. was involved heavily with that. And I guess they just wiped out everybody because they couldn't figure out a solution.
there you go. Violence always saves the day.
But I felt very safe in Davao. I feel safer in the Philippines than I do in USA.
But John, you were talking about the checkpoints. Even when I was down in Lutz province in Mindanao, we'd hop on the bus and go to San Francisco, whatever.
Yep, that's where my child is. Yep.
Along the way, there were checkpoints, and even when from Butuan over across to where Lut lived, about a 2.5 hour bus ride, multiple checkpoints, and they would come on. They check everybody that was on there. They'd check it with the bus driver and everything, and they would and make sure everybody that was on there was supposed to be on there and nobody else. And then away they'd go. But there are multiple checkpoints. Victor Coco, thank you, sir. Thank you for the super chat. Greatly appreciate it.
Funny.
For my experience, they get the checkpoints set up in case something does happen. They have a good way to stop things and stop people in their tracks, or they must be looking for specific members. But yeah, I mean, tourists have nothing to worry about down in Mindanao, from my experience. I did travel very south, down there, and it is pretty Muslim-y down there.
Right.
It's definitely night and day. When you go south of Davao a couple hours, it is night and day. It's completely different. Still felt safe though.
Lots of face wraps.
Yeah.
So what's your dream about Davao, Navy guy? What's your dream down there? What are you going to be doing?
Well, I'm just leaving. I'm in Scottsdale here, Arizona, and I'm just bored, man. So I'm just going there for a change of pace. I just need to spice things up a little,
But you've never been there. You've never been there, so it's going to be all new and. Sure.
Well, I spent a lot of time in the Philippines, in the past. So I won't have any problems at all. I'll go there and I'll have a good time. I'm going to move there, get me a nice. I've already got been talking to a realtor about getting a nice condo in the Abrisa Place condos. Really nice place. I'm already kind of pre-set up for that, and I've already got my insurance set up with Pacific Cross. I've got pretty much everything arranged, so I'll just go there.
But now you can't buy a condo. Correct me if I'm wrong, but you can't buy a condo unless you're an SSRV holder.
Well, I'm not going to buy.
Am I wrong or am I right about that?
No, you don't. No, you don't really. No, you can buy a condo as a tourist.
You just can't buy the land.
Well, yeah.
Well, no. Yeah.
You can buy a condo as a tourist. You can go there for one day and buy a condo. The only restrictions are of buying a condo is it has to be above the second floor. Why that is, I don't know. It has to be above the second floor. That's part of the rules. So third floor or above. Of course, who wants to live on a lower floor anyway in a condo? Jeez. But no, I wouldn't buy. No, I'm not going to buy. Hell no. No, I'll just rent. It's like $550, $600 a month. No big deal. It's cheap.
I have more fun when I bounce around on the Airbnbs than in one spot.
Yeah, but I'm staying there, so I don't want to bounce around. I'll be there. I'll be working part-time, about 50 to 60, 70 hours a week for a couple of companies in the U.S. and Canada. So, so I'm not going to be moving around. I might, I'll be traveling around from time to time to, maybe go to different islands and various other things. But I'm pretty much planning on staying there, so I'll be set.
Jerry, how's Jerry doing?
Billy, what's up, Billy?
Good. I'm doing good. I don't know if your mic's low or my volume's low.
Hold on, let me turn my volume up here. Oh no, I'm all the way up. Jeez. Ah, there we go.
Probably my mic.
Yeah, your mic is low.
Is it real low?
It's improved a little bit.
You know what? I'll come back in on my phone. I'm on my computer. I think it's got some issues. I'll come back in on
All
my
right.
phone.
All right, Jerry.
Actually, I had to switch to a different laptop. The one I usually use, the screen's going out on it. Of course, I got it for free, so I can't complain. But
Right.
so I had to switch.
Big dreams, Philippines. How you doing today?
I'm good. Thanks for having me on, Brian. I've been watching
you're
your
welcome.
channel for a while and kind of back in the shadows, and so I'm always listening and learning, and I enjoy your content. So thank you for that.
Oh, you're welcome. You're welcome. What's your connection to the Philippines?
Well, like a lot of guys, I'm 52 years old. Started looking at places to retire, and my grandfather was in the Navy and was in the Philippines, and so as a young kid, I heard him talk, just lovingly about it, and I've researched it for a while, and I finally jumped on a plane and checked it out for myself. And this last trip, I spent about a month there, and fell in love with it. It exceeded my expectations by tenfold. And
What part were you staying in when you went there?
I went to Cebu. I went to Cebu City, flew into Cebu City, and then traveled south. I stayed in Moalboal, and then from there, I just traveled around the island, the southern part, and just loved it so much that it completely changed my life. So I'm looking at trying to make a permanent move myself.
When are you going to do that? You got a time frame?
3 years was the goal, and at 2027, I'm going to sell the house and hopefully make it work. But honestly, the more I start looking at things, I'm going to try to do it a lot sooner. I have a job that will allow me to work seasonally and still make a decent income. So my boss and my company is behind me, and this may happen a lot sooner than I think.
I would have actually been there a year ago, but my boss convinced me to stay because I was planning on being there last April, but my boss was begging me to stay. I'm a kind of an integral part of his company, but I told him I'll stay for another year, and he threw some money at me. So
How long were you in the Philippines?
I was only there for a month. I stayed
Okay.
as long as my visa was, to
Right,
non-renew it. And
Yeah.
I just got up every day and tried to put myself out there and explore as much of it as I could in that short amount of time. And, like a lot of guys, I started a YouTube channel also. And
really,
just kind of, yeah, it's called Big Dreams Philippines. And
I think I've seen that. Wait a minute, I think I've seen that. I don't know if I've watched it, but yeah.
And I just shot some footage with a GoPro and played around, and I enjoy making YouTube videos, the creative aspect, and it kind of gives me something to relive my little time there, and
Wow.
I enjoy it.
Wow, you got 2,000 subscribers, 51 videos. I'll put your link up
Hey,
in here. Here
Thanks,
we go.
Brian.
Copy.
Well, I'll tell you something
Hey.
kind of crazy that happened to me is, I wasn't going to the Philippines to meet a woman. I had talked to some women online, but I met my current
Another
LDR. Yeah, I met my current LDR in her place of work. Okay. And I realized real quick that she was a quality woman. And anyway, I made a video about that, but she encouraged me to post a little 30-second clip on Facebook about the Simala Shrine. Well, as of today, it has over, I think it's approaching 210,000 views. And so in the last week, my subscriber count has gone up a lot because of
Right.
that.
Where are we
And so, I'm just playing around with it,
Yeah, all it takes is one video to like just go crazy, and you get in that algorithm, and then it drops, and then it goes up, and
Right.
it's constant up and down with YouTube. But yeah, I mean, you also understand living here and visiting here are going to be two different things.
Yes, I do.
You know, it just is. Some people can adapt, and other people they just can't, and I can't deal with the brownouts. I can't deal with this. I can't. You just have to learn to accept it. Things are slow here.
Have you seen that channel? It's called Trust. It's about the Philippines, and it's all about all the bad things about the Philippines.
Oh, geez.
Oh yeah, yeah.
The guy comes on, he's got a
Yeah.
altered voice, and it's all about
Oh,
the
man.
shit. It's everything that's bad, you know. It's kind of depressing, actually.
Yeah. Yeah.
Turns a lot of
I
people
stumbled
off.
across that channel this morning. Yeah.
Yeah.
I
That guy
stumbled
is-
across that channel this morning, and I'm like, and they're like, Filipino people like to burp and pick their nose in public and cut in line, and
Jeez.
I'm like, what?
He's having
I'm like, what?
he's having a
The?
bad time.
I'm like, yeah. I mean, but is that going to stop me from being? No, because you know what? What if I went? You know, and the other one was they pee in public all over the place. Well, when in Rome, because I've done it too. When in
Yeah, me
Rome,
too.
I'm doing it. You know,
I think that's one of
it's
the
not like the
greatest things
states. You're
about the
getting,
Philippines.
you're going to get arrested for, public indecency. No, it's just accepted here. That's all.
Yeah.
I think that guy. I don't know. He must have rubbed people the wrong way or something. It sounds like he's having a really bad time over there because he just hates everything. And people are saying in his on his channel, replying, "Why don't you just leave? Why don't you stay
Yeah,
there?"
yeah.
He doesn't reply to them, because I'd like to know why the hell is he staying there? Because every single video, this place sucks, So I don't understand. But
You know what? Maybe I'm looking at it the wrong way. Maybe his intention isn't to like trash the Philippines or anything like that. Maybe he's comparing it to like America or wherever he came from. These are the things you will see here. These are the things because everything he's talked about, I've experienced people cutting in line, people doing, but it's just, he just learned to deal with it. I don't know. Maybe it's just letting people know, hey, here's what you're going to expect. But yeah, the old typical answer of, well, if you don't like it, you can leave. He's been here 10 years, so he's still here. IRL Media, how are you? One of the greatest things in the Philippines is peeing everywhere.
Hey, it's convenient, right?
Yeah.
yeah,
Being in your wetsuit too,
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I only
Takes a
pee
while
once.
to escape, right, Jerry?
Yeah. We had a really good dive yesterday. Dude.
Hey, somebody
It
left.
was fucking good. Oh. Yeah, diving's fun. It's a lot of fun, man. Especially if you're with the right group of people, it can be a lot of fun.
Sure. You see Justin, did he get his boat there or did it sink?
I think it's
Poor
still
guy.
no. I think no. He got it. He got it to the. He brought it to Negros, and they're working on it now. He got it from Cebu to Negros to the boat builder. So they're working on it there.
Right.
So he got it. Yeah. It's a big project.
See, he's got so much patience. Like me, after a while, I'd have probably dumped gasoline on it, just lit it on fire, writing it off. Wait, lit it on fire and then made an insurance claim. I don't know what happened.
There's no insurance
yeah.
claims here, man. Not at all.
I know that. I know.
It's the frame of the boat that's cost, you know what I mean? It's the frame that costs a lot of money. Everything else they're gonna redo, They just patched it
Right.
up to get there. But it's the frame that's the most important thing apparently on that boat that they wanted. So, yeah,
Yeah.
it'd be good. I mean, if he's doing a lot of trips, instead of renting a boat, because that's we see him a lot. We talked about that in the beginning. Just say, hey man, rent the boat and then just take your cut, and then that's what you do. But I guess he's got so many people coming and going that it's worth it for him to buy the boat, and in the long run, maybe even in the short run, that boat will pay for itself, and then it's profit after that.
Yeah. I think that's what it was. He's spending so much money in renting a boat for all his dives that
Yeah.
go out and buy one. In the long run, it's going to pay off. You know, I don't know because I'm not down there, but you know, it seems like he's doing well.
It'll pay off. Yeah, he's doing well. And he's already got the channel. He's got people coming in taking courses, and you know, and then we go dive. You know, people coming in to dive and stuff like that. No, he's doing quite well. He's got a good staff. He has access to good dive masters anytime he needs them. No, it's a nice operation. I think it's a nice place. You know, and who knows what the future holds for him? He may, who knows? One day maybe he'll buy a resort or something. I don't know. You know, so who knows? Maybe he'll buy a resort one day. So,
I know
sure
I'm
that's the
rooting
end
for
game.
him. I'd like to dive with him for sure.
Yeah, well, yeah, just go down there and dive with him, and even you know, he may dive with you. He may not have time to dive with you.
Yeah.
He's got dive masters that'll take you out there. We actually found there's a place that only all these resorts only go by boat. It's it's not the Apple Island. It's more of a coastal dive, right? And we asked one of the dive masters that we always use, like, hey, how can we get? It's right at the mouth of Tambobo Bay. How can we get there from a shore dive? The guy found a place, and we came in, 25 pesos per person to get in. And we brought our own air. We got our own dive master. It's a little rough. There's a little bit of surf. It's right at the mouth of Tambobo Bay. A little bit of surf getting out there. You got to be careful. We actually had to take our coming back. We actually had to take our tanks off and float the tanks in and walk back in because there's rocks and shit. It's kind of low tide. It's easier to get back in without your gear on. 25 pesos to get in, guys. Could you imagine? And normally
Wow.
you pay what, 1,200 to 1,500 a boat dive just to go to this place, just to go to most places that we go to. We don't do. That's why we don't do boat dives. We hardly ever do boat dives. You know, I think I've done, what am I, 180 something dives? I think I've done maybe 5 boat dives. You know, maybe 7. I know I didn't do 10. It's mostly shore dives.
What do they get? What does the average dive resort down there get for? You know, you got all your gear, you got everything. The only thing you're going to rent is a tank and go out on a dive. Say on a boat. What's the average price they charge per dive?
Even if you got your own gear, even if you have your own gear, they're charging you anywhere from 1,200 to, I think it's up to 1,500 a dive now, and that's a coastal dive. 1,500. Why am I going to pay 1,500 for? I mean, I've been to Apple. Actually, Apple Island, I had to do my advanced open water over there. 2 of my dives I had to do over there. So I went there for, it was part of my course. But I do shore dives. Why would I do a coastal dive when I can get there from shore and pay the boat fee? You know what I mean? But what happens is most of the people coming in are tours, or they're coming in for the weekend from Manila to dive. They don't know how to get to these spots.
Right.
You know? They don't even know about where to get your own tanks. So they go through a resort. They're not going to be messing around trying to get their own tanks and trying to get a dive master and go diving. They want to come in. You know, they might be coming in for 3 days. They might be coming in for a week, 2 weeks. They're just going to hang out at the resort and go through the resort. And that's when you pay big bucks. I mean, there's a resort. What was it? Right next to Justin. I can't remember the name of it. They charge like 30. I don't know. Was it like 3,000 a boat dive or some crazy amount? I mean, you know what I mean? It's a high-end resort. It's like, wait a minute. I can just go on shore. You know, the shore dives are nothing. We get in for free because we know there's all public spaces. Some of them are owned by landowners, but they're not even on the property. So we just have access to it. There's a little road. We just drive up, or we might pay 100 pesos each, you know, if the landowner's there for parking or something stupid like that, you know. I'll pay 100 pesos any day to get into a shore dive. Hey, I'll pay. You know how we'll pay. So it's really funny, and that's how, you know, you get a lot of experience when these dives cost you anywhere from $5 or at the most $10 a dive is what I pay at the most, and that's with the dive master. And the dive master is really cool because these guys are so good. They'll find the critters for you. Oh man, the minute they find one, boom, we're all filming. Hey, here's another one. They're flashing a light at us. Hey, there's another one there. It's like, holy shit, these guys are
Nice.
good, and it's worth the money. They're worth the money.
You ever been to Malapascua?
No, I've been to Moai Boal to dive over there. I did a wall dive, you know.
Yeah.
The problem, I didn't go to Malapascua. I was only in for a couple of days, so I just got a quick wall dive in. But the wall dives in Moai Boal are all tore up because of Odette. There was nothing
Right.
there, man. There weren't
Yeah.
even any fish there. I saw one little turtle. I'm like, what the fuck? You know, I'm like, oh shit. But it's, I guess, just down the way, there's the sardine run. You can go probably over there and
Yeah.
hang out.
Yeah.
too.
I've done it. It's beautiful. I was there
Yeah.
in January, and I'm going to Malapascua in January.
Yeah, I didn't get a chance to go there. I'd like to go to Bohol. There's a few places I like to dive in Bohol. That's supposed to be pretty good. Again, just getting the time and doing it and stuff like that.
What about Sabang? Are you going to go up to Sabang, Porto Galera?
Nah, not sure. I don't think so. I kind of like where I'm at. If anything, I'll go to Bohol before I go to Sabang. I'll go to Bohol.
Yeah.
Yeah. Even though Bohol, I think Bohol, it's some of them are shore dives. You got some shore dives there where I'm going. I think in Anda. I think there's some shore dives in Anda. There's some shore dives in Hegna. They got boat dives too, the other islands there. But I just like shore dives. The reason I like shore dives more than boat dives, you're stuck on that goddamn boat. You know what I mean? I like to get out of a shore dive. You get out of a shore dive, relax. You know, might walk, go do something or whatever. Because you got to wait usually about an hour and
Right.
a half, depending on how much time you were down there. And then you come back, you know, an hour and a half later, you still got your gear on. You just get your gear on and you go for that second dive. And then, you know, sometimes they do 3 dives on these boat dives. Fuck, I don't want to be on that damn boat from 8 in the morning till like 5 at night. I mean, I got better things to do. And then if I want to cut out and only do 1 dive, then I'm out of there. You know, like Saturday, I just did 1 dive. The other guys did 2. I go, hey man, I'm only in for 1 today. They go, okay, no problem. And I was just for 1, and then I had some other stuff I had to do. But you know, it just gives you more flexibility. For me, anyway. The boat dives are cool. Don't take me wrong. It just gives you more flexibility.
I like the shore dive better too. I've only done a boat dive once, and my friend talked me into it at a lake in Arkansas because he wanted to go down. He wanted to go down 200 feet. I said, "Why?" He goes, "I just want to." So we
Jeez.
did in Lake Tinkeller, right? So we got out. It's dark as night, right? And we're down at 200 feet. He's looking at my gauge, and he pulls out 2 bottles of Heineken beer, and we drank them underwater. You have to pour them upside down. You have to blow into the bottle though to get the beer to come out, and it's mixed with water. It tastes like crap. That's the only boat dive. That's the only boat dive I ever did. In Africa, when we were I was on the Enterprise, we stopped in Kenya, Mombasa, Kenya, and I went on a group of diving, like 6 or 7 of us. We came back on the ship afterwards. One of the guys in my squadron had smuggled in, he had loaded like 2 pounds of weed into his tank, took off the regulator and stuffed it. Anyway, so he got away with it. He told me about it. I said, "What are you, crazy?" He said, "Oh no, it's great, man." Well, anyway, he talked about it so much, someone squealed on him, and they came in.
Here's the problem. Here's the problem with boat dives that I see. The problem with boat dives. Well, here's the problem with boat dives, though, is they try to pack on as many people as they can, right? And it gets out of control. There's just people fucking everywhere. And then you got 1 dive master to 4 people. It can get kind of crazy. What we do is, if we go on a boat dive, we rent our own boat, and we just bring 6. As long as you got a minimum of 6 people, the boat will go out. So we just bring 6 guys, and we just go. With 6 guys on the boat, it's perfect. You know? And that's what we do.
That's smart.
I mean, I can understand why they pack these boats, because they want to make money, obviously. But we just get our own boat, and then, hey, they'll give us the captain, everything, the crew captain, dive master, comes with 1 dive master, and then we just get 6 guys. And usually 2 of the guys that I dive with, 3 of them, they're already dive masters anyway.
Right.
You know,
Right.
Or really experienced open water guys that could be dive masters. They just don't want to do it. You know, they just don't want to go through the course. So there's no problems there, you know. So,
wow. Disparaging.
It's fun.
Have you read this comment?
Yeah.
What's that?
I'm reading a comment here. JLB has an IQ of a bald turnip. Okay. Let's see.
Ow.
Some of
All
these-
right.
some of
The
these
trolls are coming in.
Some of these
Ouch.
comments-
Where's it at? There. JLB has the IQ of a bull turnip.
They said something
Yeah.
Tough crowd. Tough crowd.
Yeah.
wrong. Yeah. Can't please everybody.
D, Jungle House Dave, how are you doing? You there?
Good evening, Philly. I should say good morning over there, though. I'm sitting here in Melbourne, Florida. I just
Okay.
jumped on because I seen you're talking about the retirement tonight, and excuse me, you and I spoke together there at Tequila Reef just this June, and I'm 61 now. Be 62 next year, but I'm making the final plans to move no later than 2025. And if you maybe remember, the reason it's Jungle House Dave is you and I were talking about living in the province. And in fact, for me, it'll be good old Bayan Bang Pangasinan.
Okay.
And I remember you were kind of on the fence about wanting to stay there in Angeles or move out yourself because you're getting sick of the city life.
Yeah. You know what? If I'd see your face, Jungle House or Jungle House, I'd probably recognize you.
But
Yeah, you know what? I've always said it. You know, I don't plan to be in this city forever. Hannah's in school. This is her last year. I don't know. I'm just tired of it. You know, fresh air. I want fresh air.
The Valley has good air, you know. Another
Yeah. Well, there's so many places that have fresh air and
It's a city.
more of a laid back life. You know,
That's it.
something just chilled, laid back.
Like in a hammock between two coconut trees kind of thing, or what?
Yeah, something like that. Like I told Lud, I said, you know what my final ultimate goal is? I want to buy me a Carabao as a baby. All right.
Nice.
I want to raise this
I like it.
Carabao like to be this big monster of a Carabao, hop on that son of a bitch and ride it down the street with my
Oh,
fighting
yeah.
rooster in my arm.
I
Then
like
I'm
your style.
happy. Then I'll be happy.
The cops will be coming to take you away, dude. The men in white.
No, the cops aren't taking you away. They
Yeah,
ain't
that-
taking you away.
Who's
That
that
sounds
crazy
what-
foreigner? Where's that crazy foreigner? That's what they'll be saying.
It's all right.
Yeah, that's what it sounds like out in front of because we have our own house. My wife is actually from Angeles, but again, every time she goes home, that's the smoke, the pollution. Riding in the not so much the jeepneys, but the tricycles. It
Trikes,
just makes her
yeah.
sick. Yeah. So like you were saying, I look out in the morning when I'm there at the house. The cows walk by, a couple of motorcycles, but one nice thing is that our house sits on a concrete road. So many of these vloggers that you see that are in the province, they've got the mud roads that they got to get to their house. And it's like, oh, that's just no way to live.
That's challenging.
Yeah, it is. And some of the other guys that, some of the other people that are around that not familiar with, you hear the term, you live in the province or you live in the province.
Right.
And like some of the newer guys, they say, well, what's the difference? I said, well, like for where I'm going to be living, the province, my house is about 15 minutes from quote unquote downtown. I mean, Bayan Bang's a real metropolis. It has one stoplight. We even have a Jollibee. So, I mean, I guess I'm not too far in the sticks. But,
yeah, you got a Jollibee. Your province and your town is doing okay.
That's true. That's true. But one quick question, or actually two. When it comes to buying a car over there or an SUV, would you go with a lightly used 1-year-old SUV or just bite the bullet and buy brand new?
It's up to you. You know what? The thing is, with a used one, you don't know anything about it.
That's true.
And a lot of times, I know here, you're not going to get a warranty. You're not going to get a warranty. However, I say if you're going to buy a used vehicle, get the big brands, the Toyota, the Mitsubishi, the Honda. Those are the three big brands here, because if you do have a problem and you need parts, they're going to be available. My problem with my Kia, the Kia I had, great car when it ran, but to find the parts was very hard, and you're going to pay for it. Now, if you go brand new, you're going to have it brand new. You know what kind of maintenance has been done on it. It's really up to you. You
Right.
can. I mean, I did finance too through the bank. But then again, I've been with the bank for a long time. I am a permanent resident. But it's up to you.
Right. But I mean, is there that
Can you
much
get
of
a
a
loan?
price difference between new and used?
There isn't. That's why you get it brand
Yeah.
new.
Yeah, they hold
There
their
is-
value.
Yeah, there isn't.
Yeah, it sounds like Thailand. I was an expat in Thailand for 8 years. Yeah, I lived there, and divorced the Thai wife, met this one, and moved her back here to the States. But like I say, we've already got the house built, and I'm just waiting for Social Security to kick in, and I'm out of here.
Nice.
When's that?
Do it.
At the earliest next year. Like I say, I'm planning 2025, give one extra year. And that brings up another point. What should I bring from the state or send in the Bollock buy-in box from here to there that I can't get there?
Clothes.
Yeah, but you're
Are you
always
a
going to
big
need
dude?
more clothes.
Yeah,
Are you a big dude?
Yeah, I'm 6'2", 240.
Clothes,
Yeah.
clothes, and
Valid
shoes.
point.
But you're gonna be wearing flip flops all the time anyway.
Yeah.
But shorts. Bring a bunch of shorts and a bunch of t-shirts.
Honest to God, too. Another thing, really, to bring extra underwear. You think I'm kidding, but like they got shitty underwear here. You can get them at the markets for next to nothing, but to find a good quality pair of underwears, you're going to pay big bucks for it.
Good talk.
That's just a little tip. And always carry toilet paper with you.
I'm bringing extra. I'm bringing several pairs of the shoes I like brand new because I wear an 11 and a half. So, yeah, I'm bringing like 4 pairs of my favorite shoes.
That's
Don't
good.
bring any dress shoes. You don't need dress shoes here, dude. You just need gym shoes and flip flops. That's it. One
know.
pair of
Oh yeah,
dress.
especially out in the province.
I'm not.
Yeah, you don't need none of it.
I don't wear flip flops. I like shoes. That
You will.
No.
Trust
I
me,
won't.
you will.
No.
I don't wear flip flops. I don't wear them.
You don't?
I wear Tevas, but the flip flops just
No
when
sandals.
my toe slides in that little slot, it rubs and it gets raw.
Well, it depends what kind of flip flops you get. There's all different kinds. You'd be surprised. There's a store here that's got some really cool flip flops, man. I mean, you got some that are very comfortable that fit your arch. I mean, there's all different kinds, but it's hot, man. I mean, to walk around with shoes all day long.
Jerry,
Or even-
do you have a flip flop tan line?
Yeah, I do. Actually. I
I'm
do.
gonna get a flip
I
flop.
do.
I do too.
I do.
I can't wear shoes.
Yeah, I
I'm
do.
bringing,
Yeah.
I'm bringing 3.
Oh, you know what you
laptops
get?
Also.
You can get the Crocs too. You can wear Crocs. I mean, I wear
Yeah,
Crocs. when
I got
ride
them.
the bike. Actually, you got to wear Crocs when you can't have any open toe shoes. At least here in Negros, when you're on a scooter, or else you'll get a ticket. They changed that rule.
So they say.
Yeah, so
At
they
least
say.
Yeah. I mean, you can get away with it
Yeah.
Well, if they stop you, if you get stopped at a checkpoint, you may get a ticket, or you may not. It just depends how you deal with the checkpoint guy. The
Well,
cop.
I
But
heard
they-
something that Chubb said that he actually talked to a police officer and they said no, it's just any shoe is okay with them.
That was me, Jungle Dave. That was
Oh,
me.
is that you? Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah, that was me, and I knew he was wrong because I know, according to law, you have to pay. You have to have a pair of shoes on or fully enclosed. He was
Yeah.
wrong. Now, do they pull people over all the time for that? No. A lot of
No.
times they're just checking your registration and your driver's license. That's all they're really checking. And if you don't
Yeah.
want to go through it, you just wait down the road and wait till they leave.
Yeah, you could be Filipino and just wait onto the side of the road for about 30 minutes.
Or just turn
Yeah.
around.
Yeah, or turn around. It's up to you.
Yeah, and there's other ways to get around the checkpoint. I mean, if you know the area, there's other ways to get around a checkpoint. I remember when I was taking my wife, teaching my wife how to drive a scooter. I bought her a scooter. I was on my own scooter, and we go riding. And one time we come up to a checkpoint, we both stopped, and I took her a different route that she didn't even know about, and we got around the checkpoint. She didn't have a driver's license, so she could have
Right, right.
I will say this. I got stopped at 2 checkpoints on this last trip, and these officers were so cool to me. I mean, the guy asked me if I had a Filipina girlfriend, how long I was going to be in the country. What
You probably want to see videos.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't have a helmet on, and he's like, I said, "Oh, I'm sorry, I just left this restaurant," and I'm like, I'm going to see my girlfriend. I didn't want to get my hair messed up, and I was just joking with him. He was laughing, but just a total different experience than what I'm used to in the United States. Like, depending on where you live, you feel like sometimes they're out to get you. And I used to be in law enforcement, but that was just my brief experience. But they were just really, really nice guys to me. So
Dude, they're super cool, man.
Appreciated that. Yeah.
Hey, listen to this one. One time I got stopped. There was a long line at the checkpoint to get through a checkpoint, and a cop from the other side of the road was on a scooter, was on a motorcycle, came up and went directly to me. I'm like, damn, what the fuck is this all about? So I'm looking. He goes, hello, you got your driver's license? He looks at it. He goes, where are you from? I go, unfortunately, USA. And he just starts laughing. He just starts fucking laughing. And I go, he goes, how long you been here? And I go, 3 years. I go, I love it here, man. It's fucking great. You know? He goes, okay, move on. And he's just laughing his ass off. And when I said that, and again, I know people might take it out of context here, but you just joke with these guys, and they'll just basically they'll go out of their way to help you. I mean, that's how they are.
You know, that reminds me of a story when I was living in Thailand. I was a school teacher over there, but anyway, I was heading to school one day, and they had a checkpoint set up. And as I come rolling up, I had one of those helmets with the mirror shield, so they couldn't see who it is. And as they stopped me, I flipped the shield up, and all of a sudden you see the look on their face, like, "Oh no, it's a Falan," or white guy. So first thing he does is start speaking in Thai, asking me, do I have my license, registration, and all that. And I had my insurance sticker on the car. I was on the bike and everything, and I was good. And I did the instant, no, I don't speak any Thai. And I could see the officer getting frustrated, and he's going, you speak Thai, right? No, not at all. And he's getting frustrated, and I know what he's saying. It was a shakedown is what it is. They're just trying to get 200 baht from everybody. And he says, you song loy baht, that's the words 200 baht in Thai. And I said, I'm sorry, officer, I don't know what you're saying. He's going, oi, oi, oi. Finally, he just gets upset, waves him on, and says, go, get out of here. So, sometimes, I knew what he was saying, and I could understand everything, but, I just dumbed up and said, well, I don't know what you're saying, bud. And at that point, you can see, but, you can't get away with that in the Philippines.
Well, you know what? It's rare. I've never seen a shake. Oh, I've only seen one shakedown, and that was in Manila one time. I was taking a cab to Makati, and just before we got into Makati, it looked like it was an old taxi driver, right? He had an old cab. So they knew he's from Manila, because I think I got it at the airport or something. I can't remember. Yeah, it was from the airport. And they shook the guy down for 200 pesos because they stopped us right away. They didn't even play at the light. And I gave the guy an extra couple hundred anyway. I didn't care, but they shook him down. I remember. It happens here, but it's rare.
Hey guys, I gotta go. I gotta be somewhere.
All right.
But nice.
All right.
See you later.
Take care.
Okay.
But yeah, 100 pesos, a lot of times, they'll go away if it's 100, 200 pesos. They'll go away, dude. If need be.
But you also going to see a lot of times your fine is going to be less than the money you hand that guy. You guys have a feedback or my feedback here, but these guys will try to shake you down for 500, maybe 1,000, but your fine is only like 250 pesos. Just take it, go pay it. You're not going to get no points on your license. Your insurance is not, none of that happens. None of that.
Right. Yeah. Again,
Yeah, good
it
point.
just some people don't want to hassle with going down to try to figure out
Right.
what it paid for. It's just that. But you can negotiate the bribe too. I hate to call it a bribe, but that's what I meant.
Or else can you negotiate a bribe, right?
Edit the side stream. I'm in trouble. Oh shit! But hey,
Mature
Everything's a-
family, the mature family. How are you doing?
Doing good, Brian. Nice
All right.
listening to y'all.
Thanks for joining in.
Yeah, I'm just doing good. I'm sitting here listening to all your stories and stuff, and I'll be heading back over there in October for about 3.5 months. We need to check on our house that we've purchased there in Tai Tai.
So you purchased land, built a house, or you just purchased a house?
No, we just went to one of the subdivisions in Tai Tai next to the SM Mall. It's a gated guard, and we got
Okay.
like a townhouse and an older one, but it suffices for what we need.
Nice.
All right. I put the link out in
And the
case
biggest
anybody
thing
else
that
wants to
amazes-
join.
Yeah, the biggest thing about purchasing a house over there is basically it's in my wife's name and my name. So that's one good thing about it too.
You got the land's not in your name, right?
Well, the land, the townhouse basically covers all the land anyway, except for the concrete drive.
is the house? Did you get the title to the house yet? Did you get the title?
Yeah, we got the title. My wife has some connections over there because that's where she grew up and went to school.
Right. Let me ask
Got
you a
the
quick
title
question.
within 2.5 months.
Let me ask you a quick question. What does the title say? Does the title say that the house is in your wife's name and that she is married to you? And it's got your name after?
The title actually says owners. It got my wife's name and my name.
Oh, wow. Okay,
our
cool.
married
Wow.
last name.
Interesting.
Okay. That's a good thing to know. I didn't know that. I wonder if they treat townhomes like condos. Maybe they do.
Yeah, good point.
I
Yeah, maybe they
believe
do. Ah, okay, that's what it is. Because on a townhome, you don't own the land, or do you own the land?
I don't have any land except for it sits on a concrete slab with just enough with a gate around the front and be able to park a vehicle. So it's really no land except for what it's on.
Well,
But I
there
pay
has to be
property.
land.
I pay property taxes and I pay land taxes.
No. But the concrete, what does the concrete sit on? It sits on land, right?
Yes, correct.
So you have land under you. So that the land that's under your property, is that considered yours, or is that considered some association, or what is that considered? Just out of curiosity.
No, that's considered ours. It's not like a condo that's in a building by floors. It's actually on the ground in a subdivision, and
Wow.
everything within that square footage belongs to us.
So do you have 2 PIN numbers or only 1 PIN number?
I would have to look, but I believe
Okay,
we have.
Okay. Yeah, cool. Good to know.
Yeah, that's great.
And the only reason we purchased is so when we go to the Philippines, we have a station. We call it where we can rest, relax. We don't have to pay rent. We don't have to pay anything but yearly taxes because we bought it for cash. And then we can travel these 7,000 islands that the Philippines has and all the surrounding countries.
Are you in a subdivision?
Yeah, we're in a gated subdivision.
And there's no association fees?
Yeah, we have a homeowners association, but it's like 300
$50.
pesos a month.
Yeah, $6. Yeah,
Wow.
that's cheap. That's good.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, so
Yeah,
I
I've
pay
seen.
a year at a time. I pay like a whole year, and then I don't have to
Yeah.
worry about it.
Yeah.
But I mean, I enjoy it. I don't even have to have a vehicle. We got trikes that are assigned to the subdivision. If I need it, I get
Oh,
on the
wow.
phone. I call the gate. They send a trike. They take me where they want to, or I can walk to the SM Mall just for the exercise there and back. And everything is accessible within walking distance. So the only time I need to get a grub or a trike or something is if I want to go outside of Tai Tai to Manila or
Are you in Tai Tai?
Antipolo.
You mean Tagaytay?
You talking about
Or-
Tagaytay?
No,
Tagaytay?
not Gataitai. It's Tai Tai Rizal up to the west
Oh.
of Manila towards Antipolo.
Ah, okay.
Okay.
Yeah,
All
yeah.
right. All right.
Yeah, my wife knew where that was right away when I said that. She knows. Yeah, she knows the whole Manila, Luzon, lots of areas in Manila and stuff like that.
Yeah, I
She
mean,
spent 10 years
from
there.
my second story balcony, I can see the skyscrapers in Manila.
Nice.
Oh wow.
Okay.
Wow.
Does that neighborhood have like other amenities, like that the neighborhood can use as a whole, like pool or other common areas? Just out of
The-
curiosity.
Yeah, they don't have a pool, but they have the big basketball court, that's a common thing in the Philippines. If you ain't got a
Right.
basketball court, then you're nothing. And they got a little market up the front where you can buy your fresh produce each morning or your fish. It's not a lot, but it's up there. And then you've got your little sorry stores that are either private owners there, or we've got a bakery, we've got a haircut, the little things that you need. But once you exit the gate, then that's when you can go down to the SM Mall that has everything that you need there. We're even close within maybe an hour of Thunderbird Resort, where there's a big casino over there.
Nice. That sounds convenient.
Yeah, you can take a hop, skip, and a jump to Angeles City too.
Oh, I've been to Subic there. So I was thinking about jumping over to Angeles City and visit everybody. I watch everybody's YouTubes every day. But like I said, we're heading over there middle of October, and we want to experience all the holidays there, the All Saints Day, and then we want to experience the Christmas and then the New Year's, and then we'll pop back to North Carolina because we still own a house here.
Cool. Hey,
Yeah.
it's planned, right? It's a plan.
Oh yeah, right now it's just me and my wife who's doing the traveling. Our granddaughter lives with us, but she's 16, so she'll be adult soon. And then that's our plan. Is I'm already retired from the Marine Corps and government service. My wife's getting ready to start getting her Social Security. I still got a couple years for my Social Security, so we're ready to start doing some retirement planning and some traveling.
Now, what's your plan? I mean, are you going to visit here for X amount of months and then go back to the States and jump back and forth? Because there's a lot of people that they do that because with grandkids and kids back in the States, they can't make that break. But there are a lot of people that do that. Is that your plan to spend maybe 6 months here and 6 months back, or what's your plan?
Yeah, our plan is right now to come over. Of course, we don't like June, July, and August, so
Right.
we'll skip around that. But yeah, we're looking at maybe 8 months, 6 to 8 months a year, and then we'll jump back, visit the granddaughter, our daughter, and we'll still have our house here because we promised that to our granddaughter. So we'll still have a home base over here. And I still
right.
got vehicles. I still got a motorcycle, all that I don't want to get rid of. So yeah, but that's our main plan, is to stay in the Philippines as much as we can, travel to all the countries around, and enjoy our senior years.
There you go. I put the link out in case anybody else wants to join the panel and talk.
I know I'll probably be one of those guys for a while that have to bounce back and forth because I'm only 52, so I got a few years before I get Social Security, but I'll probably be one of those guys for sure that just pops back over here for 3 or 4 months out of the year and then goes back to the Philippines.
10 years goes really quick, man. You'd be surprised. Next thing you know, you're
Yeah,
60.
it does.
You might say,
And that's a big reason why I want to do it now is, I'm single, no kids, no real family over here. And I got a decent job that's willing to work with me. So I can make
You
enough
can make-
money in a few months to be in good shape. And I can rent my house or, maybe sell it down the road. We'll see.
Two Bears. Who do you want to pick on? Jump in line. We can pick on somebody. You give us somebody that depends on who it is. Yeah. Football starts tomorrow, right? Tomorrow football starts. How about them Cowboys?
I left the U.S. behind, Philly. I left the U.S. behind. They're calling me anti.
Yeah, you know what? I for the most part, once you're here, unless you search out the news back in the States, it's not in your face every day here. I watch it every day. Fox 29 out of Philadelphia, and it's pretty much the same thing, but it's like, all right, I can watch back in the States, the area I grew up and everything on the news. But even football for the first couple of years, I didn't care. But now I'm to the point where, let me start watching, some more football because you can get football here. A lot of guys pay for it. I use a Fire Stick, and that's how I watch. But you can get, I think it's like $200 for the year. And a lot of guys will get that because they're still connected with sports. But yeah, PJ, how are you doing, PJ? Are you in your PJs? Just kidding. PJ. Oh, PJ's gone.
I lost him.
Stepped in and stepped out. I'll put the link in there again. All right, Ray, you have a good time. Enjoy your breakfast. We'll talk to you later. As Cowboys play the Giants. Yes, they do. Was it a Sunday night game? Something like that? Eagles play the Patriots up in New England up there. Is it Foxborough? They play them up there. So, yeah, go Patriots.
Yeah,
Yeah.
a lot of this football and stuff, I'm kind of like you said there, Brian. I'm at the point where I don't watch it. When I really get interested into the football is when the playoffs are coming around. Then that's when I start seeing who's winning. And I'm like, let me follow them for a while.
Right. Yeah.
I just watch
they
YouTube.
Yeah. And the thing is, American football is not a big thing here in the Philippines. Basketball, you are going to see basketball all the time. All the time you're going to see that. Like football, hockey, college football, you're not going to see that here. You got to research and look on your own. Two Bears, how you doing this morning?
Doing good.
All right, coming through loud and clear.
5x5?
5x5.
Good.
What's new with you?
Oh, not much. Just waiting for some financial stuff to get sorted out. Waiting for my wife to retire.
There you go.
Didn't you have the
Pulling the
problem?
trigger.
Two Bears, didn't you have the problem with that cell phone that one time?
Yeah. I'm gonna do some. I'm gonna do some payback when I get back to the Philippines.
Good luck.
Well, know who she is. Got a picture and all that. I'll hire a PI to find out where she lives and where she works, and have a sign made up calling her out as a thief and pay
Yeah,
it.
but you got to watch that. You got to watch
Got-
that calling
got-
out.
Got it all on documentation on the text that
Yeah,
she had
but-
with my sister-in-law.
Yeah, but you know as well as I do, and
Yeah.
everybody in here knows that Filipinos are going to take Filipinos' sides. It's just the way it
Yes.
rolls here.
Well,
And
I
it's
don't
like,
know-
is it
I don't know
really
about that.
worth-
I almost got into a fist fight with this taxi driver in April in Iloilo. The guy, I'm in a left lane, making a left turn, and this taxi driver tried to cut the corner on my left and almost hit me. And then we met up at the next stop sign. We were nose to nose, and all of a sudden, I looked around. And there's like 15 Filipinos jumping out of their cars with holding up their cell phones. And they all knew this guy. You know, what the hell? And this is supposed to be a professional driver.
Yeah,
Boy,
I guess it can go. I guess it can go either way.
Yeah, when I looked around, there was like 10, 15 people standing around there had my back.
You know what I didn't see in the Philippines that I see here every day, because I drive a lot for my job, is road rage. I made a mistake one time at a low speed and almost hit a guy. Not hit him, but our mirrors almost touched on the bikes. And here, if that happens here, somebody would have been cussing me up and down. But there, I looked at him and I'm kind of like, sorry, and he's like, it's okay, amigo. And we both just laughed and kept rolling,
I got hit twice from behind in 1 week.
I call it controlled chaos.
Yeah. Twice.
You got
in
hit
the
from
Philippines?
behind twice.
Yeah.
What happened
in
there,
1 week.
Two Bears?
Well, the first
You don't
time-
have good luck in the Philippines.
Well, let me put it this way. I've been told that I should give defensive driving by using offensive tactics. Like if you brake check me, I'm going to get in front of you and I'm going to stand on the brakes.
Oh, geez. What city are you going to be in, Two Bears? Just so I'm aware.
Well, I'll be driving an 8-passenger bright yellow tuk-tuk.
Okay.
It's a good way to get shot, 2 beers.
And I intend on the first thing I'm going to do is replace the motor in that thing, that weak little 150cc, and put a 450cc engine in it.
I hope you have.
You
some
need
good-
you need one of them. What do they call them? Bank trucks. Them real big tank trucks
Yeah,
that they
like the
use to
Brinks-
go to the
Brinks
banks and
trucks.
collect money. That's what you need. Yeah.
No, the first one, I'm driving it through a construction zone, and I'm side by side on this side by side on a trike. We're in a construction zone, like to the other side of this trike, who was on my right hand side, is a hole, about 2 blocks long, about 3 feet deep. And this kid on a motorbike tried to go between the two of us, caught his mirror and his clutch handle on the side of my tuk-tuk, which threw his steering right into me. Fortunately, as I looked out my mirror, the passenger's body bounced off the side of my tuk-tuk, and the kid managed not to go down, which he was lucky, but there was a car 10 feet behind us. And the second time, I stopped to get cigarettes. And I'm in an area where there's a lot of shops, and it's about 10 feet off the side of the road. And I'm parked 2 feet from the building, beside the building. And another kid tries to go between my tuk-tuk and the building on a motorbike. Well, he misjudged his distance by about 3 feet and ran smack into the middle of my tuk-tuk in the back.
Jeez.
I'm just stepping out here. Crash! What the fuck? And he told me he was trying to go between the tuk-tuk and the building. And this is an area where at that time in the evening, there's at least 200 people milling on that side of the sidewalk, because that's where the bakery is and the fruit stands and the fish stands and all that on that side of the road. So like there's hundreds of people on that side of the street, and he's trying to go between my tuk-tuk in a building and there's only 2 or 3 feet of room.
Hey guys,
Hey.
I gotta leave.
All right,
Uh,
Jerry.
Thanks for having me on. I really appreciate it. Have a good
All
one.
right, Jerry.
Take care.
You know what? When I got here, I thought it was great on a motorbike. I could split lanes. I could weave around people. I even drove up on the sidewalk. You can do all these crazy things here. But after a while, I mean, a couple of times I kind of just closed my eyes because I thought I was going to clip my handlebar on somebody. But after a while, I just slowed down.
Yeah.
It's like, nah, it's not worth it. Now, when I need to get up and get around, I'm going to do it. I feel safer on a motorbike than I do a car because in the car, you have so many blind spots.
Yep.
Somebody be coming to the right of you, swoop around. On a motorbike, I can see all the way around me. I feel safer driving in the city here on a motorbike than I do a car. But you learn to adapt. There's a lot of people that refuse to drive, and there's nothing wrong with that. You just learn. You learn to adapt. And you don't find road rage here. People screaming and hollering. If you do, it's
great.
rare. It's usually like a guy like 2 beers. You know what I mean? It's not a Filipino.
Defensive
Even
driving
when-
using offensive tactics. I drive just like they do. I'm
Yeah.
a crazy Frenchman.
Yeah.
So, I mean, even when I was here for the last 3 months, back in February to April or so, I drove for a little while, and it seems to be the bigger vehicle wins. And if
Yep.
you can ease
Yep,
out
that's
there,
true.
the traffic will eventually stop and let you go. No one wants to run into you. And the biggest concern you have is motorcycles zipping around you. So you got to at least check your side mirrors and stuff before you take a left or whatever. But other vehicles, normally they'll stop. So I drove quite a bit and I was kind of afraid to drive when I first got out. But after I got out there, it was like, oh, this is good. I don't have a problem
Yeah.
with it.
Oh,
It's almost
Yeah.
like just go.
Even riding
Yeah.
in the cities, in Cebu City at first, I was like, I would never ride here. But then after I'm there for a while, I'm like, yeah, it's fine. And I rode around in heavy traffic, and yeah, it's just like
you
schools
learn
of
the-
fish.
you
moving
learn you
around,
learn
know?
the rhythm of you learn the rhythm of the flow.
That's it.
Sure. I take Hannah Grace to school every morning, and public school is. I just happen to be in an area where public school is coming, and the kids are coming, and the lines are crazy. But if you're coming out of a side street, a lot of times somebody will eventually just let you out. It's not like you got to sit there and sit there and sit there. Then there's been many times where
You
I'm
stick
up
in-
on MacArthur and the
You stick-
traffic is heavy. I'm wanting to turn left and it's just a line of people and they won't let you through. It's like you're not going anywhere. Just stop, let me go through because you're only going to inch up and get in line. But for the most part, they let you in. There's with stop signs that do exist in this city, nobody pays attention to them. And where you would normally have stop signs and traffic lights, and back in the States, they don't exist. But for the
Right.
most part, people are courteous. They'll let you in.
Hey,
Yeah.
Brian, I got to hop off. I got early work in the morning, but
All right. All
thanks
right.
so much. I really appreciate you. And
Hey, thanks for
I
stopping
always
in.
enjoy your videos. I was watching one today where you were just talking about the one where you're talking about let's stir up some drama. That was pretty funny. I enjoyed that. You
Yeah.
do it in a playful way. You're not nefarious about things, and you got a good attitude. And so I've been watching you for a while. So thanks a lot.
All right. Thanks for stopping in.
All
Yeah, I'm
right.
going to run
Take care.
too. Guys, I'm going to run also. Two
Okay.
beers. Thank you so much for joining in. The Mature family, thank you for joining in. I got to run. I'm getting hungry. Got to grab something to eat. I don't know what I'm doing today. Maybe nothing. Sunday, well, I could probably turn on some college games, watch some late college games. Football, if you're going to watch football, let me put this out there. If you're going to watch football in the Philippines, you got to figure if it's a 1:00 game Sunday afternoon, you're getting up at 1:00 in the morning here in the Philippines to watch it. 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock games, you're getting up 5, 6 in the morning. The late games, you're good to go. So I know a lot of guys are going to be really tired on Tuesday here because they're catching all the football games. So anyways, guys, thanks for stopping. Thanks for leaving your comments. We get talking. I don't, leave the comments. That's why, or, address the comments, but I'm reading them as it's going along. That's why I open it up. Anybody wanted to hop on and say what they had to say, that's great. But anyways, guys, everybody take care, and we will talk to you later.